So welcome back to the channel, guys. Here myself, David, Millionaire Incorporated. And if it's your first time here, welcome. We go into topics on personal finance, wealth creation, investing, and other bits and pieces to do with social media and things like that along the way. My goal here is to actually help individuals become more financially free, or develop some kind of financial freedom for themselves, or some kind of wealth that they can pass on to future generations, and just lead a more easier life financially for themselves. So if you haven't already done so, hit the subscribe button, drop me a like if you're with me so far. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back to the channel, guys. Hope you're enjoying the content so far. I am coming up with a whole bunch of new ideas for new content things for you moving forward. So obviously stick around, hit the notification button as well so you can get updates on when I'm releasing those videos. So let's get into it. So if you've been following the video journey so far, I've kind of outlined a way that you can become financially free in 2021 or for your life moving forward. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time to kind of get on top of finances and have that kind of recurring income or extra income coming through from investments and things, which makes your life easier. So you can spend it on other luxuries in life, like going out for dinner more, spending more time with family, quitting your job if that's something you want to do, travel, or even if you just want to buy nicer things for yourself. So in the first couple of videos, I gave an outline of what you actually need to do to become financially free for yourself. Gave you a bit of a kind of rough guideline, outline plan kind of thing, and then actually kind of started going into more detail about those kind of sections. Okay, so if you've been following me so far, I've gone through debt reduction. I spoke about how to actually increase your income at work, or what ways to actually increase your money coming in. I've gone on side hustles that you can do from the comfort of your own home during a pandemic. I'm also going to create a video for you for just other kind of side hustles that you can do without actually having to be stuck inside, or you can do more freely with more kind of common ones. Today though, I'm going to go through actual passive income ideas so you can actually start earning money while you sleep. Now it's all kind of a bit of a journey going through all these phases of kind of personal finance and things so that you can have more money working for you passively, so you can actually earn a bit more income for yourself and live a bit more comfortably or a bit more freely for yourself. So just got to let you know, guys, as well, I'm not a financial advisor. I do not give personal financial advice. If you need that, I highly recommend that you seek a financial advisor and someone who can actually give you slightly more tailored financial advice to you and your circumstances. These are just things which I've done, which I am doing as well, which are actually helping me increase my income and giving me a bit more of a nicer kind of lifestyle for myself. So passive income is almost like the holy grail of what most people out there want to kind of achieve for themselves. Money coming in for you while you sleep with doing little or literally no work at all. Now, in saying that, you have to always remember, even though that money is coming in passively, and you're not actually having to do anything to earn that money, you probably have to do something at an earlier state or at the start line kind of thing to kind of set yourself up in a way that that money does come in to you over time, so that you can actually have that money readily available for you or earning you kind of extra money. So it's always very important to be very mindful of what you're doing with your money today, because it will affect your future down the line and what kind of return or what kind of lifestyle in life you'll be living in a later date. So let's get into it, guys. I've got 6 ideas for you of passive income returns. Now, some of them you may already know or be familiar with, and I'm just going to kind of go into them a little more with a little bit more detail. So the first one I want to get into is YouTube, or social media, where you've actually set yourself up in a way that you're getting paid even though you might not necessarily be doing anything currently, kind of thing. So I was watching a couple of guys who actually do earn money online from YouTube. I personally don't myself just yet. I am trying to build towards that. So I've got a bit more extra money coming in, like I said, doing the work now so that it's going to pay me dividends or returns at a later date. So some guys on YouTube actually make a fair amount of money from videos they've created a year, 2 years, 3 years ago, where people still go back and actually view them, and they generate ad revenue from the people who actually view those videos. So as a result, that money comes into them while they're sleeping from those videos they've created in the past. It's actually a great way of actually earning a bit of extra income Like I said though, it does take a bit of time to actually set up and actually work on actually achieving. You obviously have to have kind of a certain amount of followers or subscribers, certain amount of hours viewed per year. So you've got to constantly kind of be updating that content for your channel, for your viewers. But the money they're earning isn't necessarily from the videos they've created now. It may have been earning from the videos they created in the past. So it's a great way of actually earning just a little bit of extra income for yourself from passively while you're sleeping. Some guys earn thousands of dollars a week from it. Obviously you heard YouTubers earning millions of dollars a year. Obviously they do put a lot more work into it, but they reap the rewards of it down the line. So it's not necessarily a kind of completely passive way of actually making money, but it's a great way to actually earn a bit of money in your sleep easily. Second one is digital products. Now, if you already have a audience or kind of a channel you can actually market to, you can actually create digital products for them, such as workbooks, templates, courses, things like that. That actually earns you a bit of money on the side passively. So, like I said, it takes a bit of initial setup to actually create that digital product for your audience or for people to actually view at some stage. But once you've actually created it, you don't actually have to go back and keep kind of updating it or working on selling it. You can just maybe promote it a little bit on your channel and your videos and things like that, and people can actually earn, and you get from the sales, you actually earn money from it. Now, I've actually done this myself. I created an ebook for people to learn how to actually grow an Instagram following or a social media following in general. Basically, you just have to create quality content over time, pick out people to follow you, and over time your audience will grow. That's the bare basics of it all. As a result, like I said, I created an ebook. I actually gave it away to all my followers for free, and I actually advised them to on-sell it for me so that they could actually get a commission from it, and that's another type of passive income, which I'll get into in a second. So as a result of that, from people selling my book for me, I'm creating an income for myself. Now, it might only be a few dollars a week, but a couple of dollars a week extra might go to another coffee kind of thing, or pay for my coffee during the week, or put it towards some other kind of investment, which will actually earn me money over time. So it's all about getting income and getting those income streams and actually putting them to work for you again to actually compound that income or return over time as well. Third type of passive income is affiliate marketing. So kind of like what I was saying with that digital product which I created a couple of years ago, people who actually on-sell it, they may already have an audience they can actually move a product to or market a product to. So as a result, they're kind of tapping into their audience and saying, hey, got a product link description below, I do this and that, click the link, you buy it, I get a kickback kind of thing from the sale. Now you can actually do product reviews for Amazon, for other companies and things as well, where when someone actually buys that product you're reviewing, you actually get a commission of that sale. Another one is ebooks, like audiobooks from audio. So you can actually go to Amazon, create a affiliate link kind of thing and set yourself up as an affiliate for Amazon. And every time someone actually signs up, you get a kickback of the sales and things like that from those audiobooks that they purchase. There's a site called ClickBank where you actually can look at products which you can actually market to your audience, and if people buy them or purchase them, you get a kickback. And once you actually created the content to kind of market that product, once it's there, people will view it, people might click on the link maybe a year or two down the line, buy that product, and you get that commission from that sale. So it's all about, like I said, creating avenues to actually earn income while you're sleeping at a later date. Not necessarily upfront, but you might get the kickbacks later on. Fourthly, P2P lending. Now this is something I haven't done, but I'm actually looking into. It's a little bit interesting for me to see how it works and the dynamics of it. It does come with its own risks. Now, P2P lending is literally kind of, I have excess money which I am not necessarily doing anything with, so I can try and lend it out to people through some kind of banking institutional, lending institutional platform. So people who need money or need to borrow money, who can't necessarily go to banks or credit unions and things, will typically go to these other kind of third parties and ask to borrow money. it comes at a higher interest rate to the actual borrower, but you get a slightly higher interest rate on that money for lending it. So I was looking at one just before, it was something like 7% per annum return kind of thing. And as you know, that compounded over time can bring you in a reasonable amount of money. Obviously, the more money you have to work for you, the more money you'll get in. But I don't actually look at it as a dollar return, I look at it as a percentage return, because even though the dollar return will change depending on how much money you actually have to invest or to blend out or whatever. Whereas the percentage return, you always want the highest percentage rate possible for that money that you're actually investing for you coming back in. So banks, I think, currently lending you like 1%, which is almost next to nothing kind of thing. It doesn't outpace inflation at all. Dividend stocks, which is something I'll talk about in just a moment, sometimes gives you 7-8% depending on when you invest and depending which stock company you're actually investing in. So it's something to kind of look at as an option for actually generating you some kind of passive income, P2P lending. So another option there for you. Now the next two are more traditional kind of investment vehicles for you that you can actually generate some kind of passive income. Now I briefly just touched on one of them just before, and that is dividend returning stocks. Now the thing which I like about dividend stocks is that if you invest in the good right companies, over time the stock company or stock price of that company will go up. So you're actually getting a compound return on your money that you've invested in that company. As well as that, depending on the kind of company you invest in, you can get a reasonable dividend return. I'm currently invested in BHP on the Australian Stock Exchange. I bought it when the market kind of crashed earlier in 2020. So I'm currently getting around 8.5–9% on the money that I invested at that time. Another good thing with dividend investing stocks or stocks in general is those companies tend to increase the dividend they actually pay out to their investors over time. So say I'm currently getting $1 per share dividend return. 5 years time I might be getting $1.20 per share because they've increased their dividend yield for that company or dividend for that company. So investing in stocks can be kind of like a double kind of source of income or wealth creation for you. Like I said, you get the capital growth of the stock if you invest wisely, and if it's a company which is doing well and has got a track record of doing well over time, increasing their earnings and payouts to their shareholders, they will actually increase their dividend as well over that time. So it's a great way of actually generating some kind of passive income, because once you invest that money, you literally don't have to do anything to it to actually earn that money back over time. So like I said, it's something which I actually do for myself, generating a couple $100 a year from it. Nothing spectacular, but hey, it's $100 I didn't actually have to work for. Yeah, and as well as that, like I said, the actual stock price is actually going up over time too, which is another bonus for me. And the last one, or another one which I want to talk about, is property. And like I said, another traditional investment vehicle for people. Issue with property is it does take a lot of capital to actually purchase an investment property. So what you're actually getting from the investment property that you purchase is the rental return. You get people living in it or tenants living in the property who pays your rent. As long as it covers the outgoing expenses, you will actually generate an income for yourself. Same thing with the stocks as well. If you invest wisely, you will actually see a capital growth on your money on that property as well. So purchasing smart, like I spoke about in one of my earlier videos, I'll drop a link to that down below so you can watch it as well. If you buy at the right times in the right areas, the right kind of property type, and you can do a little bit of maintenance or kind of modification to the property, you will actually have a capital growth on that property, as well as the income coming from that property, covering the loan and giving you a bit of extra income on the side. As I said as well, always look to what kind of yield you're getting from that property when investing. So always kind of get that percentage return or return on investment. That's a very important tool to actually use, because without it, you might be putting money towards something, thinking, oh, sweet, I'm getting $1,000 a year kind of thing. But if you've invested, say, $100,000, that is literally 1% return, whereas you could put that $100,000 into other better investment vehicles and get a higher return, like 5%, 10%. If you can go higher than that, great job, because let me know, because I'd like to know those as well. But yeah, so with property, there are other cons as well. You got to maintain the property for the tenant. There might be costs with hiring property managers who can actually maintain and look after the property for you. General upkeep, rates, water, things like that. So there obviously are expenses associated with that property, which you need to maybe do a little bit of kind of vested work on. So it's not completely passive, but it's a lot of your money doing the work for you already. So you're getting that return on your money. So yeah, so I hope those investment ideas have actually helped with you. Like I said, it's all about generating further wealth and compounding your returns. So the longer you let that money work for you, the more return you'll get on your money. As some investors say, it's not about timing the market, it's time in the market. So the longer you have your money working for you over time, that compounding effect just kind of starts escalating, and your return or your money coming back into you grows over time as well. So if you're stuck with me this far, guys, drop a comment, let me know what you think. If you've got some other investment ideas for passive income, drop them below as well. I'd love to hear them from you. Don't forget to subscribe, give me a like, it really helps me a lot. It's free, so smash that like button, please, guys. And I'll catch you guys on the next video. Cheers.